Hello, can you hear me now?
I can hear you.
Is that better?
Yes. Are we live right now?
You can hear me. Great. Doug's here. Hello, Doug.
Hey, what's up? Can you hear me okay?
Okay, I think we're on.
All right. You can probably hear me now, right? Okay. I see you, Alex, and I think you can see me.
Yeah, I can see you. Hello.
I think there could be a large delay.
Is there?
But it's
Oh, technology. I think it's okay now. Yeah?
okay.
Good, let's go. So let's see who we got on today. Hello, Dennis. Hello, GX Games. You're back again. You're dedicated. That's good. I think there's a lag anyway in general. That's just the way it is.
Okay. And I'm just curious, Alex, are you and I able to talk without any delay?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Awesome.
That's good.
Okay. All right, and I see the chat now. So sorry I'm late. By the way, is there a specific topic today or what's
No, we're just general Q&A again. So I think we're up to there's nearly 20 people now, so I think we can get started. Yeah? Yeah. So let's have a look. Is there any questions so far? Remember to be careful. I'm just having a look. No questions yet. So let's anyone out there got any questions? Okay, Hazim, there's a question. Hi Alex, I would like to know if I can make dropshipping and in the same time affiliate in my web store. Yeah, you could. I'm not sure why you would. But maybe, for example, you've created a piece of content for your dropshipping store and you want to talk about some products that you don't personally sell on your site, then you might there might be an opportunity to insert some affiliate links there. Have you got any thoughts on this, Doug?
My thought would be technically, yeah, like you said, sure, it can be done, but what's the real driver? Like, are you thinking, hey, I want to make more money? And then I would say, hey, if you're not making money in your first, I guess your first objective, the first project that you're working on,
yeah,
like try and figure out why that's not working. Adding more things to what you're trying to do probably is just going to make you feel overwhelmed, and you'll probably make no progress in both areas, and then you may add another one and then you'll make no progress there and you'll feel like you're not doing anything. So I would say, like, just work on one single thing, like make that work, and then you can add another layer later on.
Yeah, that's good advice. I've done some stuff on dropshipping before. Dropshipping is, in my opinion, a lot more work and a lot more expense when it comes to setting everything up, finding the right products, running advertising, that kind of thing. Personally, if I was looking to make money online, my first venture would be just purely on affiliate marketing.
Yep, for sure.
Okay, Dan's come in. I purchased WooZone because of you. Thank you. You sound like I forced you into it. I hope it's going okay for you. I need a good theme for selling hunting equipment. All the themes I'm using are difficult to use and the layouts aren't very good. So, Dan, you can use any theme with WooZone that is WooCommerce compatible. There's a few on my channel that I've used. So I've used Kingdom. Have you tried that? That's the one that is made by the same people that made WooZone, so it kind of fits very well. There's Flatsome, which is a WooCommerce theme. And there's Xtheme. Now, Xtheme might be the best one for you. And by the way, you can find it if you follow my link, which is wpeagle.com/Xtheme. You'll be able to find it there. It's an affiliate link. Thanks very much if you use it. Xtheme is very flexible. It allows you to create lots and lots of different layouts. So I'm sure that you'll be able to find a layout that works for you. And you can also import the demo content. So there's kind of some pre-built layouts that you can use. And yeah, you just change the colors, add your logo, and you should be able to get it looking as you want it to. I hope
Nice.
that's good. Yes.
And then I see another question that came in. GX Games
Yeah.
says, is there a way to do drop shipping without investment and on autopilot? And I'll tell you off the bat, I don't know much about drop shipping, but I know there's nothing that you can do that's worthwhile that doesn't require investment and that is on autopilot. So
Yeah.
I'll tell you that. So if you think there's some kind of shortcut, good luck finding it, because I don't know what it is. Everything should take time and or money if it's worthwhile. So Alex.
Yeah, I'll say I have ventured into drop shipping probably because you've seen some videos around YouTube. That's why you're thinking that. There's quite a lot of ads that I see in front of my own videos and on other guys' channels. There's some from Alex Becker and a couple other guys, and they kind of just say, hey, look, I've got this product, I'm going to drop ship it, and we'll be making £1,000 a day within a week. And it just isn't that easy, in my opinion, because you have to take time investing time and money in the ads, in finding the product, setting up a website on Shopify, adding plugins, working out which parts of your ads are working. So there's a lot of time and money involved. When you do get it working and you hit the sweet spot and you found a good product and you've got some good ads that are working, then yeah, it will kind of work on autopilot. But even so, you'd still need to either get some consultants or subcontractors to help you manage your site and that kind of thing. So yeah, there's no autopilot get rich quick scheme, unfortunately.
No, and like Alex Becker, who I don't know personally or anything, but he's a great marketer, super smart businessman. But the thing is, a lot of times if you see a case study where someone's like, we did this and it was very low investment and we'll show you how we did it, they probably have 5 to 10 years experience doing that. It's not their first time around. So like the learning curve for a beginner is much steeper and much more difficult. So, Alex is a super smart businessman, so it's not his first time setting up a drop shipping site. And I would expect him to be able to execute that like pretty well. So,
yeah. Okay, let's have a look at some more questions. Let's scroll down. I'm just having a look. So there's a question here from Alhaj. I'm hoping I pronounced your name correctly. Do you learn how affiliate in our WordPress site? I'm guessing you're asking what's the best way to learn how to do affiliate marketing with a WordPress site. I'm just guessing. There's a number of ways you can learn. The first way, there's some free ways. You can go onto YouTube and watch lots of videos about it. And, some are better than others, and they're not always going to give you the structure. The second way is obviously you can buy some training courses. And I'm going to be putting together some content very soon where I'm going to be recommending some training courses. Doug has got a training course that he's got coming out really soon. I've had a look at it and it is quite exciting. So stay tuned and subscribe to my channel and Doug's channel to make sure that you're kept in the loop about that. But a lot of times there's only so much learning you can do by watching videos. You need to get to a certain point where you've watched a video or two, maybe on the first bit, how to do some keyword research and that kind of thing. And then you actually have to go away and do it and see how you get on. And then try and learn from what you've done and kind of evolve from there. Have you got any comments on this, Doug?
No, I mean, I could regurgitate what you just said, but I think that covered it pretty well. Yeah.
Thanks.
Let's see. Someone, Brandon asks, hey, what's up, Brandon? Are using sites like OfferVault better than using Amazon? It's just different, right? So I'm actually not 100% sure what OfferVault is. I assume it's another affiliate type program, but Amazon is great. That's where I focus all my effort. Basically, Amazon converts so well and there's so many products, and the big advantage is, say, we have the holidays coming up. It's just almost October now, but October, November, December, like probably 50% of the revenue and income from my niche sites is going to come because people are buying gifts around the holidays, and people buy a whole lot of stuff, and revenue like doubles, triples, like 10x depending on the site and how much traffic it gets. But basically Amazon converts better than many other affiliate offer platforms. So
yeah, everyone's familiar with Amazon. They're comfortable shopping there, so that challenge is already kind of done. If people go to a site they're not familiar with, then they have to trust it before they're going to convert. Okay. So there was a good question here I just saw from Lee Henderson. He asked, if you have a good niche site, say you've got a .com, maybe a .co.uk, say a .uk site with the language and products targeted to each market, would you suffer from duplicate content doing that? So say you got a .com and maybe it's targeting the US market, and then you want to do one for the UK. What would you recommend on that front, Doug?
Okay, so I'm not 100% sure, but I will say I would be a little bit nervous about the duplicate content, and I would probably just set up one of those, probably the .com, and then set up Amazon One Link, and that is a plugin essentially that Amazon has that allows you to target the US, Canadian, and the UK versions of Amazon Associates, and it, geo routes the link and geo routes the user back to those, English speaking Amazon associate programs, so you get credit for it. So the overall, so putting all that together, I would just set up the .com and just go with it that way. I don't think you would get a big advantage by just going for or setting up separate sites. Plus, you have the potential of duplicate content, which could be an issue.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Question from WTF. What's the best products that have no competition and sell well so I can make a blog and rank on Google easily? Well, I think we know the answer to that. If we knew that, we'd all be millionaires, wouldn't we? You've got to do your research, and no one's going to tell you what the best products are or the best niches which haven't got any competition, because they're probably using them for themselves. You've got to find them yourself. You can learn a lot about how to find the good niches, but if someone's telling you a niche to go into, then it's probably too late already.
Yep. And I would say look up a video that I did on the keyword golden ratio. It's like a data-driven way to find keywords. It's manual, right? You have to find, like it takes work, it takes time to find it, but those are literally very low competition, and that ratio gives you a pretty good idea that you could rank it. And by the way, you can like publish an article and then rank it usually in the top 50 in like under 24 hours. So like if you find it, like test it, just do one, and then you'll see that it works, and then find more, and then you'll see that I'm not telling stories. But yeah, test it. It definitely works.
Okay, that's good. Adrian says, would you guys recommend to move my hosting from a cheap one to something more expensive like WP Engine? That depends, Adrian. It depends. Once your site starts getting some momentum, maybe you're getting a bit of traffic, or you're building out a big site and you've got a lot of pages, maybe a lot of products. If you're doing a WooCommerce type site, then I would recommend something like WP Engine. Now, I've got sites with HostGator, which is obviously the cheaper end of the market, and I've got sites with WP Engine. The difference is noticeable in terms of the speed and performance you get, but obviously the cost is also quite different. We're talking $3 or $4 a month for HostGator, and you're talking at least $25 a month for WP Engine. The support and things you get on WP Engine is excellent, and their system is really good. I mean, it has all the caching and everything built in, so you do get a really fast site straight off the bat. You don't have to mess around too much with plugins. So the old adage that you get what you pay for is true. The more you spend, the better hosting you'll get. But if you're just starting up a site and it's not getting much traffic and you're still kind of finding your feet in terms of what you're doing, HostGator is fine. And then when the time's right, you can then just move your site over to something a little bit more hefty if you need to.
And as a quick baseline, I would say if you're getting maybe like 500 to 1,000 unique visitors a day, like that's probably the time that you need to look at moving your hosting.
Yeah.
All right. Carl asks, have I heard of Amazon shutting down accounts without much notice? Yeah, I have, but it's usually because of some kind of terms of service violation. There's some issue. So as long as you follow the rules, then you should be fine. Two of the biggest things that people do that get them banned is listing prices on the site. Like you can't list prices on the site unless those prices are pulled from the Amazon API, or pulling images directly from Amazon and then uploading them onto your site. You need to use the Amazon API in both of those cases. That will keep you out of trouble. And basically it's a customer experience for the pricing. They don't want you to like list $99 and then the price goes up like a year later and the user goes over to Amazon and it's like 125. That's a bad experience. They don't want that to happen, number one. And then for the images, it's a copyright thing. Like Amazon can't give the rights to the images which the manufacturer provide. So basically you just have to follow those two main rules. There's others too, but those are the two most common reasons.
Yeah, that's generally, and from my front, I've heard of people getting refused. If you just use WooZone and you just import a load of products from Amazon and basically you just set up a copy of an Amazon site and you don't add any value by creating some good content or adding your own reviews or videos, that kind of thing, that you are then at risk of getting, your Amazon account shut down. You can always go back to them after you've adjusted your site and added some content and made it a little bit better and reapply again. And, second time lucky.
For sure.
Cole's come back quickly there with, is cloud hosting better and faster? Yeah, generally it is. It's like the next level up of hosting. I think it's then like your site is distributed across multiple servers and that kind of stuff. So generally it's faster. It's also slightly more expensive generally.
Yep. Next, Hasim says, is it legal to use product images from other stores and then use it in your shop? No. Like basically you can't just use other people's stuff. So people own the copyrights to their images and you can't just use it. You can ask for permission, right? You can email the manufacturer, find out if you could use their images, get that in writing that you're able to use those images, but you can't steal people's intellectual property, which is, taking their images.
Yeah, be really careful with images. With Amazon, obviously, they, as we just spoke about, they do give you the right to use the images, providing you follow their guidelines, which is using the API, which actually means that the image is still hosted on Amazon. So if it was to change, it would automatically update on your site, which is what they want. If you sign up as an affiliate with other merchants and other companies and they have products, they might provide you with a whole pack of images that you can use. But yeah, if there's an image that you want to use that's for the company that you're promoting, just ask them and say, I'm looking to promote your product. Can I use your images? And I'm sure they'll be fine as long as you ask them first. On another note regarding images, if you're creating blog content and you need some images from maybe an article you're writing, again, just be very careful with where you get those images from. It's not okay just to go onto Google and do a search for, picture of whatever you're looking for and then just rip it straight off Google and stick it into your blog. You can get in trouble, especially if that image belongs to a large company like Getty Images or someone like that. They will come looking for you. And I've had this, it was a long time ago now, but a long time ago, I used to create websites for people and I used to do that. I used to go out onto the internet, just take images from wherever I fancied and stick them. And then I started getting letters from lawyers and people like that for Getty Images saying, you use this image without permission, you owe us $4,000, that kind of thing, which can be quite scary. So just be very careful. But there is a tip. If you go onto Google image search and click on tools, in there you can filter various things when it comes to images. And one of those filters is usage rights. And you can ask Google just to serve images that you are allowed to use. So the selection is often not as good as the kind of standard image search, but if you do that, then you should be okay. And there's a number of other free image sites, but just make sure that you double check absolutely, everything regarding permission of use.
And quick note, someone was asking for the link for the keyword golden ratio. I can't, I'm not an admin in the chat, so I can't paste the link. So just Google it, man. You can find it.
Yeah. If you just type Doug, keyword golden ratio, you should find it.
Yeah. You'll find it. You'll find it. Let's see. I saw someone mention, so Kyle says you have 700 views, but no sales on dealzone.tech. And without looking too much and without analyzing it too much, you need content on your site. It doesn't look like there's much like verbiage or anything. It just looks like links and stuff. So it's really about getting the right visitors on your site. So you'll want to probably refer to the keyword golden ratio, look up buyers keywords, right? You want to make sure that you're getting people that actually want to buy something and then go from there. It just looks like a pretty light amount of comment or light amount of content on your site, just clicking around really quickly.
Okay, that's good. Let's see what else we've got here. So Leonard asked, how do I find manufacturers? I guess you're talking about kind of merchants who you can promote as an affiliate. So we've been through some of the big ones, Amazon. And if you're in the States, I think shops like Target and all those big guys, they all have affiliate programs, so you can promote them. If you're looking for smaller guys, the first thing to do, if you already know the company and you're on the website, if you scroll down to the footer area of that site, there's often an affiliates link there. And then you just fill in a form, sign up, and then you're good to go. Other places you can check out are affiliate networks. So places like Commission Junction, cj.com, I think it is, and Affiliate Window and ClickBank. They're all places where there's many merchants and many products, and you just sign up for one, so then you can apply to join all these other programs. And it's a great place to, to do some research and find products that are in the niche that you're thinking of getting into. Have you got any tips on that, Doug, in terms of finding merchants? I know you primarily do Amazon, but
right. I would just look at the big ones. I would look at ClickBank for like info product type stuff, and then Share a Sale. Like if you can't find stuff in those like Amazon and those other two that I just mentioned, then you should widen your like acceptable areas, because like there's so many products that you could sell across those three that like you should be fine forever. Okay, Adrian is saying, he says, hey Doug, I know you don't like Fiverr, but is it really bad to use writers from there as you're just starting? Okay, just to be clear, Fiverr's great. I use Fiverr for certain things. Fiverr's really bad for link building. So people are trying to like build links to their site using Fiverr, and they're trying to pay like $5 and they're expecting to make like $100 or $1,000 a month with this $5 investment. That's why, Fiverr's not good for link building. For content, Fiverr could be okay. I will say that if you're paying $5 for your content, it's probably not going to be that good. So Alex talked about it before. You get what you pay for. If you're putting in $5, you're probably not going to get good content. I could be wrong, but you're probably going to end up wasting more time. So the point is, you should probably like upgrade your gig. So if you go to Fiverr and you're trying to find writers, you should probably pay like, 10, 15, $20 for 1,000 words or so, which is basically what I would pay on a place like Upwork. So
so it's not a huge amount more. It's just a bit more to get that bit of quality that's going to pay you off dividends in the long run. I don't use anything on Fiverr if I can help it. I just don't think the quality is there that you need.
Right.
So let's go back. There's been a few questions come in the last few minutes. They're coming in quick fire now. We're up to 37 viewers, which is great. Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining us this evening, this afternoon, this morning, whatever time it is where you are. So Adrian asks, if I use the same table, I'm guessing it's like a product comparison table, if I use it for different posts, is that considered duplicate content? Doug, you've done some lots of tables.
Yeah. I wouldn't worry about it. It's like such a small part of the content that it's probably fine. So like if you looked at it as a sheer number of like the duplicate characters on like your full piece of content, it's probably like less than 10%, and that's probably fine. So that's not a big deal. I wouldn't worry about it.
Okay, just going back, Anthony said that when he looks at the source files on his site, a lot of it is pointing to cdn.amazon whatever, and that's just basically going back to what we were talking about earlier, where your site is pulling in images remotely using the API, and it's pulling them straight off Amazon, which is what those links, what that stuff is in your source code. Don't worry about that. Okay, Mohammed, he says, I was wondering what type of earnings you can get from Amazon affiliate. I hear so many different things. Is it thousands per month? Again, Doug, you're quite well placed. You've worked with people that have got Amazon sites. You've had Amazon sites yourself.
Right.
What's the average? So what's the range?
It's like the full range. So there's some people that are just starting out. They're making, 10, 15, $20 a month. Okay. And then there's other people that are making like $40,000, $50,000 a month. And they have, 4 or 5 sites. So really the range will blow your mind. And those are just the people that I know that are like in my mastermind group that are like people that talk to me. I'm sure there's other people that are making like $80,000 a month. They're making like $1 million a year, but I don't hang out with people that are at that level right now.
Yet.
Yeah, not yet. Not yet. We just haven't worked up to that level. So basically you can make way more than you think. When I got started on this, by the way, just to digress, like I listened to Smart Passive Income. I met some people that were starting a niche site. I formed a small mastermind group, and I met with these people. I had not started a site yet. And basically there was this guy that was really advanced. I was super impressed. I went to my wife after the first meeting. I said, this guy has been doing this for a couple years. He has like 3 websites. He makes $3 a day. Like, he really knows his stuff. And that was 4 years ago. And I was like, $3 a day, like that's a game. I mean, that's, you know, that's $100 a month basically. And I was like, that's cool. Like, he's making $100 a month. And you fast forward now, I'm doing much better than that. But like, it takes just like a little bit of proof and then you're good to go. So don't limit yourself by thousands per month. You could do tens of thousands per month.
Yeah, that's exactly the same in my experience. I mean, me personally, I started earning, you know, a few bucks a day, as Doug said, and that blew my mind because I could, you know, wake up in the morning and I've earned, you know, £5 and I've been asleep, and it's like, wow, I haven't even had to do any work. That's amazing. Now I'm obviously a lot higher on that level, and you know, my affiliate income is good. But equally, some of the guys that have watched my tutorials on my channel, the range from them is, you know, some of them are quite happy with just earning, you know, $100 a month, and they're building it up. And others have done even better than that, and they're up to 400 or 500 a month, and they're thinking about creating more sites or building on the sites they've already created. So there is no limit. It's all down to how much work you're going to put in, how many sites you're going to create, and the sort of niches you move in, the sort of products you promote, and really, yeah, the money. It takes a while to get obviously to the good money, and all good affiliates, you know, it didn't happen overnight for them. The ones that are earning, you know, 10,000 a month or 100,000 a month, it didn't happen overnight. There was a lot of work involved and a lot of learning, but it can be done, and yeah, there is no limit. There you go. Excellent text just popped up. I believe one of my viewers, he earned $100 this month. He's over the moon. That's great news.
Awesome. Congrats. Really cool. All right. We see Carl followed up and says you're posting 1 article per day on 1,000 words. You're aiming for 20 or 30 articles, and then you'll let Google find it. How many backlinks should I have? All right. That's cool. That's a good plan. I would say just cap it at like 20, then focus on your backlink stuff, Carl. And I would say your question, how many backlinks should you have? As many as you can get. I recommend doing guest posting and blog commenting, sort of that 1-2 punch. Just keep it simple. If you do that, if you focus on that for like 90 days, guarantee you'll have some good traction. And as I mentioned before, I wouldn't try to like buy links from Fiverr or any kind of like cheap source where you're trying to like pay money to solve a problem, like backlinks, because those are just going to be low quality. If it was worthwhile, it wouldn't cost $5. So
that's a simple rule. Yeah.
All right, we got one that is for you, Alex, basically. So what's the best WP theme for an affiliate site? What do you think?
I think I've been through this before. It depends on the type of site you're going to be creating. So if you're creating a blog site, there's a number of great blog themes available. Doug likes to keep it nice and simple because you want to focus on your content. And I'm actually in the process of recording a video right now where I'm using a free theme, of which there are many. Just to search on Google for, you know, best free blog themes for WordPress, and you'll find lists and lists of them. There's loads of great ones, and they all work really well just for showing off your content, because that's where your affiliate links are going to be. If you're going to be going down the e-commerce sort of site, then any WooZone or WooCommerce theme is fine. I recommend Flatsum and Kingdom and Xtheme. But yeah, don't worry too much about the theme, really. As long as you can find one that's fairly lightweight, easy to work with, and has the look and feel that you're after, you'll be fine. Remember, it's all about your content.
Yep, for sure. And I was going to say on the area of free themes, like I know Alex, last time we talked, you mentioned like, hey, some free themes, like the security could be bad. They may not be kept up to date, blah, blah, blah. Totally true. So the free themes that I've used before, like the first 10K that I made online back in 2013, it was on WordPress 2012, right? Doesn't get more basic than that. I mean, just straight up.
That's the one that comes with WordPress.
Yeah, and like they put one out each year, and it's fast, it's clean, it's put out by automatic. You know, they're keeping those up to date. So I would
Yeah,
say,
that's good. There is a word of warning with free themes. You do have to do your research. Some of them are well supported, but you've got to think about, why has someone created a great free theme for me? There's been, stories in the past where they've been like kind of hiding links within the theme, that kind of stuff for their own SEO purposes. So generally, I would always recommend a premium theme. The video I'm recording at the moment, I'm doing one with a free theme just because you guys have kept asking. I get a question every day: how can I create an affiliate site without having to buy a plugin, without having to buy a theme? So I'm going to show you how to do that. But hey, maybe I should just use the 2012 theme. That might be the best way to do it.
yeah, or 2017.
Yeah, or any of those themes. They're all good.
Yeah. All right, we got let's see, Anthony.
I saw one actually a minute ago, which because they're scrolling through quite fast now, which is great. It's good. Keep them coming. Okay. I'll touch on yours in a minute, Excellent. I see you've posted about buying some links, which looks interesting. But there was a question earlier from Lee Henderson who said, I know XML sitemaps are good to have for search engines to crawl. You're correct there, Lee. They are very good to have. There's some videos on my channel about how to create an XML sitemap using the Yoast SEO plugin and then how to submit it to Google. You should definitely do that on all your websites.
Mm-hmm.
But he asked, is it still worth having a HTML sitemap on your site? I don't see them used so much or discussed as much as they used to be. Personally, I would recommend that you have a HTML sitemap, definitely. It's good for Google and other search engines and other crawlers to come in and be able to see the structure of your site. It's also useful for people now and again, real humans that visit your site. If they're looking for something in particular, they may visit the HTML sitemap. It's not a lot of work. Some themes have them built in. And there's definitely a plugin. Again, I've got a video on this on the channel, a free plugin that will generate you a HTML sitemap, which is just basically a page on your site which lists all of your posts, all of your pages, and all of your products if you've got them as well. What's your thoughts on a HTML sitemap, Doug? Do you add them to your site?
No, I don't. But
okay, fair enough.
I mean, I guess it doesn't hurt anything. And you're right. You know what? Occasionally, I will end up on a site and I'm like, I can't find what I'm looking for. And they'll have a site like an HTML sitemap, and I actually do use it. But I think I'm probably weird in a lot of ways. That's
yeah. Okay. At the end of the day, it probably should only take you 5 minutes or so to create that page. It's another page to have on the site. It makes your site look a little bit more professional when you've got that sitemap link in your footer. So I'd just say, why not? If you've got the time and you know how to do it, which you should be able to do it because you can watch my video.
Yep.
Okay, so Excellent Tech said, yesterday I used a Fiverr service and I bought 40 low quality edu and .gov links. Linked immediately on top 5. Do you mean you ranked immediately in the top 5 after getting those links? That would be very interesting if you did. Let us know, Excellent. But I would think even if you did, that ranking could be short term because you don't know exactly where those links came from.
Yep, that's exactly right. And I could tell you, by the way, the reason why I don't use like PBNs, private blog networks, or other like low quality links is because I did in the past. I was sloppy and aggressive, and I made a lot of money, but I also got penalized multiple times and over multiple years. And I'm like, hey, that game's not for me. I got more time. I don't need to be in a hurry. So I would be nervous about those kind of links, and especially if you just hit $100 this month and now if you're putting like these sort of risky links, that would probably make me nervous. Interesting though.
Yeah, interesting. Let us know how you get on. But generally we would recommend that you don't do that. Bye, Dan, you got to run. That's great. Thanks for having you on tonight. CVM News 24/7 is Omega version 1 better than PBN? I'm not quite sure what you're talking about. I know what a PBN is, but again, a PBN is, I know a lot of affiliates use them and they have a lot of success with them, but to me they are a little bit of a risky thing in terms of they are grey hat, if not black hat. What's your thoughts on PBNs? I think we spoke about this before, Doug.
Yep. So I think they can work really well. Actually, they do work really well, but they are riskier. And you have to, if you're building your own network, it's a lot of work. It's a significant investment in time and money. And then it's basically, it's not fun to run a network. I once had a network up to like 60 or 75 sites, and that's a lot of stuff to manage. I mean, just thinking of like managing 75 different WordPress installations, keeping them up to date, all the things that you need to do with like just having a site that's not going to get hacked. It's a lot of work, and it's not fun work. You could outsource it, but I mean, chances are you don't, like, people don't necessarily want to manage a team of people that are running a network just so you can have a site ranking. So I spend my time doing white hat outreach instead. And I know, by the way, I saw another question from Nick asking about replacing private blog network links with white hat guest post outreach links. And I've done that. I have a whole like case study on that project. A white hat is what I called it. But essentially, you'll want to replace your private blog network links with like twice as many guest posts. So usually guest posts aren't as strong as a PBN. So if you aim for 2x, you should be in the right area, and that should work. So
that's good information. Carlos has got a question for me. Hi, Alex. I'm having trouble with the images for my Kingdom theme. I tried resizing and re-importing them via remote Amazon. Oh, it still didn't work. It was said exactly why it's not working, whether they're not showing or they're the wrong size. First thing I'd say is make sure that your theme, your Kingdom theme is up to date. They release one quite often, and there's often a lot of bug fixes. Make sure WooZone is up to date. And if you're still having problems, the best port of call is actually to drop a line to the AA team, who are people that create the theme and the plugin. They sort you out. If not, drop me an email over at eagle@wpeagle.com. When I get a moment, if I possibly can, I will have a look at your site and give you some tips. Anthony says, is shopexpress.io a scam? It's not using WordPress, but they say they offer full automation for Amazon affiliate and other major affiliate accounts, and they say it's all curated for you. It's 100% on autopilot, which I think goes back to our point earlier, which if they're saying that, then it probably is a scam. Would you agree, Doug?
Yeah.
If they say you give us some money and we're going to do it all for you, that's probably not going to work for you.
Yep. And I've seen, I can't remember if whatever I saw was that specific one, but I've had people, sign up for my email list, and they're like, hey, I have this whole site built, and it's through, one of these automated systems that pulls via the Amazon API. It's all compliant. It's a beautiful looking store. There's no traffic. There's no like thought about the keyword research. They basically bought a theme that like curates the content, and then they don't know what to do. So could it work? Yeah, but you have to know how to do the keyword research. You have to do the content, all the stuff that Alex and I are talking about. Like, you have to do that stuff. So if you just want to have a site that's set up, technically it could work. If you want to make money at it, it probably is not going to work.
Yeah, I'm afraid there isn't the magic bullet that you can just pay someone some money and they'll do it all for you. Unfortunately, as you say, they'll create a nice looking site, but it's not going to actually work for you.
Yeah, not going to work.
Okay, Hazim's got another question concerning dropshipping, which is fine. We're happy to talk about anything in these Q&As until we come up with actually writing a topic down before we start, which maybe I'll do that next week.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have a question regarding dropshipping. When I get an order and the client has paid via PayPal, do I have the access to dropship the item with this money, or is the money freezed? Now, with Shopify, I've only used the Shopify payments thing that they give to you, which allows you to take credit cards, and they will hold the money. I think it's for like 14 days. PayPal, it may be quicker, but if there's a chargeback or anything like that, they will take the money back out of your PayPal account. So that's what I'm kind of saying about dropshipping. You need a little bit of cash already that you can use to fulfill orders and that kind of thing. I wouldn't think that you'd get the money quick enough for you to actually use that money straight away and then order the product. And I think you're going to be running a very tight ship, walking a very fine line by doing that. Just my thoughts on that. Okay, glad I caught you guys. This is Tease. Thanks for coming. I'm brand new and my niche is entertainment blogging. My question, what is the best plugin for Amazon affiliate marketing using Divi version 3? Okay, it depends. If you're just going to be doing blogging, then you don't necessarily need a plugin. You can just insert your affiliate links manually. If you want something a little bit more automated to pull products in, a plugin like Content Egg is really good. It allows you to insert links and insert products and insert product images using the API, as we've just mentioned. So that's quite good. Do you have any plugins that you might recommend for Amazon affiliate other than Content Egg?
Use I mean, I currently just use like the site Stripe, like the tool that Amazon provides. So I mean, I'm minimalist through like as much as I can. So there are plugins that you can use, there are other tools that you can use, but you don't have to. And I would just say just use the site Stripe, especially if you're just getting started. There's no need to like add more tools, add more complexity when Amazon gives you what you need. So
yeah,
just use
and you can insert images and things using the site Stripe. You just get a little bit of code that you just copy paste straight in.
Yep.
I actually did a video just a week or 2 weeks ago where I show how to add affiliate links the manual way, which is the way we're just talking about, where you just go over to Amazon site Stripe, copy paste, links are done. And I also talk about using a plugin, Content Egg, to use the API and pull in products that way. So check that out.
That's a good idea for a video, man.
Yeah. Yeah, I have to think of one every week. Anyway. Lee says, have backlinks reduced in importance? I saw a video of someone showing how to check how many backlinks competing sites have. And for the first couple of niches he tried, the top sites had none.
Whose video was that? And by the way, backlinks have not reduced in importance. They're just as important as ever. And it is likely that the top sites, maybe they had private blog network links, which were hidden from however he or she was checking those backlinks. So I haven't done any backlink analysis videos yet. That is on the list. So I'll probably do those at some point using free tools to get just enough information. But Lee, backlinks, you need them. You do need them.
They're still the most important indicator to Google in terms of how important your site is. And you just got to bear in mind when people are using these tools, these backlink like rank checker tools, they're not always 100% accurate. So end of the day, they've got spiders or crawlers or access to data, and they've got to be able to find all these links, and they don't always find them. Even Google, there used to be a tool with Google, I think it still works, where you type in link colon and then the site address into Google bar, and it will show you the inward links. Again, that is not all of the links that are coming in. A lot of them are hidden away and you're not able to view what they are. So the links, those sites that are ranking well, you can guarantee that they had some great links either from a PBN or from some other authority sites. Okay, question for Doug. I still need to read your article on Ahrefs about skyscraping. Isn't taking someone's article and improving it infringing on copyright? Can I just take any article and improve it? Says Adrian there.
Yeah, so Adrian, basically you're thinking about like writing and creating content. And as original as we want to be, like we're usually not. But the key thing that you have to do is get multiple sources, right? So if you get multiple sources and you put it together, it's unique. And and you're not like copying their like the work. And you do need to go read the article first. So I know you said you didn't read it, but go read the article. It's really good. It's on Ahrefs. I did a guest post there. And basically you're taking like the best content, like the best 10 pieces of content, and you're curating it, you're consolidating it, and then you're putting your own spin on it. I mean, if you go and read, I don't have a bunch of my books handy right here, but if you look up or if you read some of these like productivity books and stuff, you're going to see like the same material is referenced over and over again. But these books are written with like hundreds of different resources and references. And that's why these, big authors are able to publish books that are really compilations of like all the previous work that came before them. So if you think about that when you're creating content, like that should help you, but you're not infringing on someone's copy because you are putting together your own unique piece of content, and you're probably referencing their stuff too. So
a great answer. So best cookbooks asks, hi Alex and Doug, How do you convert visitors to customers? Any ideas? Well, I'll start. The first idea I'd give you is you want to try and help your visitors buy. Basically, that's what an affiliate site is there for. It's to help someone make a decision. They're looking to buy something. They're just not quite ready yet, and they need a bit of information. They need a bit of advice. They need a bit of help to be able to make that purchase. So by putting content together that helps people buy, and the more you help them, the more they'll convert into customers. So it's adding reviews, it's comparing products, it's bringing stuff together. So if you want to do this and this and this, you need this and this and this. So you give them the whole package, and you make it as easy as possible for them to go on and make a purchase confidently, that's what they want. Have you got any tips on conversion, Doug?
I have so many tips, man. It's too big of a topic. I have like full, actually, I see a couple questions. So I'll answer your question directly. Best cookbooks. First, you need to get people that are actually interested in buying stuff to your site.
The type of traffic is a good place to start.
Yeah. So the assumption is you're getting traffic from Google from people that are searching for something. You want that something to be a buyer's keyword. So it probably contains best, it probably contains review, something like that. I have a full training on it. If you go to my channel and you search for keyword research and Amazon conversions, there's 2 trainings. Each of them are over an hour a piece, and I show you how to do it. Green Engineer asked a question, can you show us exactly how to build backlinks? I have another training on an SEO plan for Amazon affiliate sites. Again, it's an hour or an hour and a half, but the way I build backlinks, I do blog commenting, okay? And then I do guest posting. That's it. It's super simple, and that's all you do.
There you go. That's how you build backlinks. Okay, so let's go. Let's go for about 10 more minutes, and then we'll wrap it up. Who have we missed?
Let's see. Someone asked about an Amazon associate theme by AZ Associate. I'm not familiar with that one specifically.
No, I've not seen that.
Don't know.
But generally, you don't need a specific Amazon affiliate theme to create an Amazon affiliate website.
Right. Yeah. And I mean, I'm an affiliate for 2 themes for people. Some of my friends own these themes, so I help promote them every now and then. But again, I'm a terrible affiliate in some ways, because I'm hey, if you have a theme, if you watch some of Alex's stuff and you already have Divi or you already have X theme or whatever, just use that. It's totally fine. Any theme can work.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
I see
Adrian says, do you guys use Pitchbox to do outreach? I don't know what Pitchbox is. Doug, do you know what Pitchbox is?
Yeah, I've never used it before. So the answer to the question is no, I don't use Pitchbox, but it can be fine. And I know, Adrian, from some other questions that you asked, you're wondering what tools you need to use. To do outreach, I usually just use Gmail and Google Sheets, and you can send emails and keep track of things that way. I mean, I'm a project manager. I'm a tech guy. I love apps. I love automating stuff. But you could just use Gmail and filters, and you could use Sheets, and then you could add an extension I think it's called MailMass, and then there's another one called Yam, yet another mail merge app. And I used Yam to do the majority of my outreach. But the thing is, you'll learn, Adrian, hopefully you'll join the course. You'll learn, Adrian, that it's more about developing the relationship versus sending out a lot of emails. So you don't need Pitchbox, basically.
In a nutshell, that's the answer there. You've probably already got the tool. Well, every tool that you already need, you've probably got. A lot of these are just adding a few more bells and whistles. Martin, you've asked a question. After importing content or adding products that are published, they still do not appear in my main shop index. I'd need to look at that to work out what's going on there. It could be that your shop index is not showing all of your categories, or for some reason they're not publishing properly. Again, if you send me an email, eagle@wpeagle.com, I'll do my best if I get a chance to take a quick look and give you my thoughts on that. So Anthony, you've mentioned this a couple of times. Sorry, I missed you. He's got a problem with WooZone. He says that some of the images that he's imported are in the media gallery, even though you're putting down products using the Amazon API and you've got remote images turned on. So that could happen if you, I don't know how old your site is, but the remote images is quite a new thing, last few months, maybe 6 months, something like that. So you could have imported products before then, and then they would have been stored on your server in the media library. Other than that, I'm not quite sure what's going on. And if they're not attached to anything, you could probably safely delete them and everything will be fine if you've got remote images turned on. But of course, if you've added images for your blog post and that kind of thing, they'll be in there. But I wouldn't worry too much about that if you've got remote images turned on. Okay. Is there any more that we've missed? There's 35 of you still out there, so keep the questions coming. We've got another 5 minutes or so.
Oh, nice. There is T's asked, made a request for you, Alex. Can you do a video on building out an affiliate site with Divi?
I can do, yeah. I'll add it to the list. These longer type videos where, you know, they're an hour long at least. They take me a couple of weeks at least to film them and edit them. Oh, but wow. Yeah, I do need to do some because the problem with technology is it moves so quickly and the videos go out of date. So I've got a whole schedule of these videos I want to do. I want to do one with the free themes. I want to do one with Divi, one with X. So yeah, there's plenty of videos in the pipeline. So make sure you're subscribed, but I'm sure you all are. I put a link in the chat as well to Doug's channel. I'll put another one in the description so you can go over there and subscribe. As I say, I think we're going to do a live stream on Doug's channel soon. I'm hoping. Why not? Okay, yeah, there's one from Adrian. Do you see that? I have an article of 500 words on first page, position 4 on Google, I'm guessing. That's great. I'm doing some improvements on it to make it 2,500 words. Is that the right step forward to try and put it on number 1?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah. I think we spoke about this in previous Q&A sessions and live streams. In your experience, Doug, Google definitely favors content that's longer. Would you agree? Yeah.
Yeah. And I would make sure, you know, take a look, Adrian, at your competitors, other people on page 1. You'll want to make sure that, you know, you have a similar number of, say, images or more images. You'll want to make sure your keyword density is in line with theirs. So, you know, particularly the people that are ranking better than you. And I would say the other part is if the site is, if the page is young, if the site is young, Adrian, it can just take time. So, you know, add the 2,500 words. That's a good place to be, and just wait for, you know, 6 weeks, 2 months, you know, see what happens. It's SEO takes time. So if you just keep trying to force things and you're not patient, then you're just going to make yourself go crazy. So.
Yeah, sometimes all it needs is time, but definitely adding more words and writing longer articles will help you. So a couple more questions here. I think we already kind of covered this. Is the theme important on an affiliate website? Not really. No. Providing you've got one that works well and you get good support and it's easy to use, you'll be fine. Green Engineer asks, if you stop building backlinks after your site ranks, will your ranking drop?
It can, you know, but usually it takes a long time to get there. And that means, like, if your site is still getting good signs from the visitors and Google can see that, meaning people are clicking through to your site, they're reading it and they're interacting with your page and stuff, and they're staying on it for a while, like, that's probably a good sign. But technically, yeah, if you just don't get any links ever, then that's not great. I can tell you, I haven't done any link building for one of my sites in, like, I don't know, about a year, and it's making like 6,000 a month. So
wow,
it's fine. Right. Okay. And I think we got like 1 or 2 more questions here.
Yeah, let's finish with a couple more. So I think I just saw a good one. I thought I did. They've scrolled past so quickly. Oh yeah, Anthony asked, beside reviews and video, what other content is good for a site?
Images.
Yeah, images. How-tos are good. So, you know,
yeah,
a great example is Baby Gear Lab, which is one of the sites that Doug did a teardown on in video a few weeks back. If you go into there and you have a look at the kind of thing they've got reviews, they've got how-to articles. It's obviously all baby related. So, you know, how to choose the best stroller, what's the best car seat, essential things you need when you're pregnant. So they're all kind of adding value, useful sort of articles and videos, that kind of thing.
Yep. Let's see. Leonard asks, outside of affiliate stuff, you're working on a site where you sell products directly. What CMS, content management system, would you recommend? WordPress, man. Just use WordPress, right?
Yeah, WordPress is fine. And if you're looking to sell product, then you can use the free plugin WooCommerce, which will give you your shopping cart and allow you to take payments with PayPal. And then there's other extensions of plugins that you can then add if you need to do other things. But when you're starting out, WooCommerce and WordPress are perfect, especially as they're free.
Yeah. And then Anthony says, you were considering partnering up with friends to do an Amazon affiliate site jointly, wondering what you should do as far as the Amazon account and the commission sharing. I don't know. It depends on how well you know the friends and all that stuff. But I mean, I partnered up with a friend of mine named Rob, and we sold a site for like $235K. I've never met Rob in person, right? I've never met Rob in person. And we did this whole deal based on just chatting on Skype. We had some loose agreements, and it was fine. You know, the site was actually in his name, and he brought me on as a partner. And then when we sold it, he paid me. So if you know the people well and you trust them, like I trust Rob, it was good to go. So, I mean, I would say if you don't know people well, you should be pretty damn nervous. So.
Yeah, just because, and even if you do know people well, I mean, I'll tell you some stories about partners. You do have to be cautious when you're partnering in any sort of business, because if everything's going fine, that's great, and if everything's even, that's great. It's when there's an imbalance. So, you know, say, Anthony, you've been slaving away, you've created 10 articles, and your partner has only created 5 articles, and you post them all up, and then the money starts coming in. You're going to start feeling, well, you know, maybe I should have 2/3 of the money because I've done 2/3 of the articles and that kind of thing. So you've got to make sure everything's clear, that everyone's pulling their weight. Otherwise, and especially if you're going to be working with your friends, it's going to put some pressure on that relationship that you've got with your friends. So just be very, very careful and make sure everything's clear and that everyone pulls their weight, and you've got some kind of plan or idea of what you're going to do if things don't quite go to plan. But generally, if you can do it by yourself and just use subcontractors to help you with your content, you might be better off. That's just my personal opinion. I've had business partners in the past, and I've got friends that have done ventures again with other people, and you know, they don't all go wrong, but you know, it can definitely add strains on relationships.
Yep, for sure, for sure. Right. Okay, I see one more question, then I got a jet for sure.
Yeah.
When you're writing on a blog on your website, do you need to write it by yourself, or can you copy some content from other websites?
Well, I think we know the answer to that. You can't copy content. You can't copy anything.
Yeah.
It won't do you any favors. You
Yep.
can be inspired from content on other sites, and you can repurpose content, and you can pull various bits of content together.
Yep. And like, you know, the one thing I'll mention is, let's say there's a thing called fair use, which you should look up if you're not familiar with it at all. But basically, you can say, take a quote, take a small excerpt from another website. You could quote it. You'll want to reference them. You want to provide a link back. And then if you provide commentary, where most of your content is around the commentary, and say like 90% is from you, and you just use like the inspiration for like that one quote, that's okay. In fact, if you look at like YouTube videos, you'll see people like pull references. I think like Evan Carmichael does a lot of this. Like, he uses other people's videos, but he puts his own commentary over it, and he's pulling from multiple sources. So fair use is a thing, and you know, you can violate copyrights and claim fair use still, and you can be in the wrong. But if you are interested in how you can do that, you could take a look. I actually published a video yesterday. If you're interested in sort of a funnier video, it was about public urination products on Amazon. Go to my channel, look it up. Yeah. There was a like BuzzFeed video did something on like public urination products. And I was like, hey, that's funny. I'm going to check that out. So basically, I snagged a couple images from their video, which I haven't done this stuff before. So I snagged a couple images, but the content is my commentary on the idea, and I linked back to their material. So if you look at YouTube videos, you'll see people using other folks' videos, but they link back. They usually provide their own commentary, and most of the content is their own. So
yeah, a good example of this is reaction videos you see on YouTube as well, where people are basically watching another video and their video is their reaction of that video. And I think one guy did actually get sued for copyright because his reaction videos were just basically him sitting there and not really saying much, just watching the video. But as long as you add your own commentary, you know, people have been doing it for ages using other people's content, but you got to make it something different, something new from that piece of content.
Yep, definitely.
Good. Well, let's wrap up. It's been fun again. I've enjoyed it. I hope you've all found it interesting and fun and, you know, a good use of your time. Thanks very much for Doug. It was a last minute thing. We just had a Skype earlier and I just mentioned I was going live and if he wanted to come on, and he said he would, and he's here, and it's great. Thanks for coming.
Awesome.
Have you got anything you want to sign off with before you go?
Oh, I'm sorry. What?
Have you got anything you want to say before you go?
Oh, just check out my channel. Go have a look at that public urination video. There's no actual urination in my video at all. There's none. It's more on the Amazon side. So yeah, go check it out and, you know, leave a comment. I'd appreciate it.
Wow. And I'll just see this last question there from Green Engineer. You're getting deep now. What is the purpose of life? Maybe we'll pick that one up next time.
Yeah, I'll have to think about that one.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll pick that one up next time, but that's a good question. Anyway, thanks everyone. I will hopefully be uploading a video tomorrow, so do check that out if I get a chance. I've got one that's in the production line. But until next time, if you're not already subscribed, then please do so. And yeah, there should be a live stream, same time, same place next week.
Awesome.
Have a good week. See you later.